So I have decided to watch Evangelion, which I have never seen, but I know the opening like the back of my hand. So yeah, I guess that's a great start, that the opening's amazing and I love listening to it because it's honestly an amazing song and the opening's pretty good. But I decided to do a little two-part thing and see how this goes. It'll be the first time I'm doing it, where this part, which is part one, would be me guessing and seeing what's gonna happen or what I think's gonna happen based off the opening and not the description, because usually like summaries and plot points and descriptions and all that are very telling in what's happening and stuff, so I don't want to do that. I just want to go in pure guesswork besides the opening. Everything's going to be based off the opening here. The only thing I did look at was the characters' names, which I just typed in Evangelion character names, which showed me the characters' names and all that. So I do know that. That's the only thing I really do know, is the characters' names besides the opening. So without further ado, let's discuss what I think is going to happen. So for starters, this is what I think is going to go down is in the future, like maybe in 2050, 2040, I would say. There's going to be some type of mechs, because like a billion mechs are shown in this thing, like a billion of them. And usually, from my understanding of watching a lot of Gundam anime, I mean like tons of Gundam or Code Geass, is that when there's Gundam, usually it's a bad world to be in. It's just, you don't want to be there, okay? So I'm going to equate that with a snapshot of Tokyo, it seems. It looks destroyed. It looks like a wasteland. They also bring up right afterwards Tokyo 3. Now what I think is that this Tokyo 3 is like some type of event that occurred, like an explosion or some type of scientific mishap, and it's called the Tokyo 3. The Tokyo 3 will be talked about, I feel like, extensively. It'd be a big plot point of where everything went downhill, and pretty much you have to use these Gundams to really survive and get what you need in this wasteland post Tokyo 3 here. So now that we have gone through the setting and what I think the outlook of the city and the structure is that we're going to be playing around in, let's talk about the characters here. I'm pretty sure this dude, his name is Shinji, is the main character because he was the first one shown and he gets the most screen time. Now odds are he's going to be in this mecha that's purple and green. It gets shown like quite a lot, so I'm gonna guess it's also called Evangelion. Just gonna call it right now. The mecha is called Evangelion, and that's the mecha he drives or rides or uses. Now, the reason he's fighting is that beginning, I'm gonna say he's just fighting to get food and stay alive or something, and then he sees this guy Gendo. Now this guy looks evil, right? This Gendo dude, his name's Gendo, but he looks freaking evil. I don't care. You see this dude? This man's ready to destroy the world. He got them tricks up his sleeve. He's ready to take this world down. I can see it. So he's probably gonna fight him this whole show. I'm gonna guess he's the main villain, the main dude to go against. I don't know why. Besides, he just looks evil, and that's what I'm gonna go with. Okay, easily. Now, Shinjo needs himself a sidekick, and that's going to be Asuka, because she gets the second most screen time during this whole thing. Her and Shinji probably like each other more than friends, I would assume, but I can also smell that she's a tsundere, which means it's pretty much like a lock. That's what it is, and she's probably going to be a badass, just shooting stuff and just all of that, man. She's probably going to be freaking amazing, I'm going to guess. And now the last girl here is Rhea. She also appears when Asuka's on screen. She's kind of like in a cell. I don't know if like maybe she's like hidden behind something or something's locked away. It looks like she's kind of in a cell, or maybe that's just an artistic choice. That's what it kind of looks like. But eventually, her, Shinji, and Asuka getting like this three-way love triangle thing, and I'm pretty sure it'll end up with Rhea getting hurt in it all, and she's eventually probably gonna turn evil for maybe like an episode or two, and they'll fight against each other. Eventually they calm down and everything is figured out. Lottie, 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 lottie. Anime logic, okay? After that, there are good characters. Not good. There are other characters, but they are like scientists or someone who is probably helping work on the robot and give it better upgrades just so they can have a better tomorrow. But I don't think they are really going to add that much to the show overall. Besides maybe it's a couple one-liners or give a little bit of a, just counseling or thinking about stuff and just helping with the Evangelion mech and all that. It's probably they're going to be a full extent I'm going to see here. That I would think, at least. Now, eventually, I think it's all culminate with them fighting to save the world against that dude Jindo that I spoke about. It looks mad evil. He looks real evil. There'll be a big Gundam fight in Tokyo. I don't know why I did the sound effects, but yeah, be a big fight. Then I think in the middle of the fight, near the end, Shinji would probably give up his life protecting Ria and Asuka, which would be a bittersweet ending because they would defeat the evil force that was Jindo, who probably was trying to take over the world and do all this crazy stuff in this post-apocalyptic world. But he gets stopped because Shinji saves himself, and now, well, not saves himself, he just saves Ria and Asuka. And Asuka and Ria have to pick up the pieces and live on in this post-apocalyptic world. I cannot say that word at all. Post-apocalyptic, whatever. And they have to live through it. Asuka and Ria pretty much build the world back up into a decent living world, and it's a lot better from there on. That's pretty much where it ends, I would guess. Those are my thoughts. We'll see how wrong I was, or not. This usually isn't as structured as my other videos. I just want to be a little more loose. When I do the actual video, when I watch it, be a little more structured. I'll be a little more in-depth and give more insight and stuff that I see. And when I probably do that video, I probably will laugh at how wrong I was. And yeah, anyways, I'm Nozaki. I hope to see you next time when I review and talk about how wrong I was about Evangelion. Anyways, bye bye.